Grace Church Fantasy Football Update. And this week, you want to stay tuned because we do have a special guest with us.
Special guest speaker.
So we'll talk my league first. Starting to get a little separation. We have one team at the top with one loss, and that's Christian. Yes, my brother.
You got 2 losses.
Oh, sorry, 2 losses, but he's in sole first place.
Yep.
Then we've got about half the league.
Six teams at half the league.
6 teams at 4-3, and then we have 4 at 3-4, and then 1 at 1-6. 1-6, and I'm playing. That's Scott.
Yep.
Yeah, Scott, I'm playing you this week, so please don't update your team or whatever it is you haven't been doing because I need that win. That helps me in the playoff hunt because we got 6 weeks left and we're starting to get a little separation. So I think we're going to start seeing who's going to make it and who's not going to make it.
Yeah, but there's no separation. You got everybody's 3-4, 4-3.
Yeah, but we had 10 teams with the same record last week, so one game is a big separation. So
all right, well, everybody's within 2 games of. Except
possibly,
for one person. Yeah.
We're
So everybody's
separated.
still in it. Everybody's still got a shot.
Everybody, well, besides Scott, everybody has a shot. Now, who was the high scorer this week?
The high score game this week was Derek with 149 points versus, who was he playing? He took out Robert Sharks with freaking lasers.
Oh, yeah. Robert's one of the bottom teams, but he did beat me last week, so.
Yeah, I mean, Derek had 38 points from Lamar Miller and 33 points from Danny Woodhead, so that's 70 points good. Right there, yeah.
So, game of the week was...
I think the closest game of the week was your game versus Brian, 124-115, so
yeah,
9-point spread.
Kind of crazy because what sealed it for me, I had CJ2K on the last night, and he's a guy I just picked up after the draft because my number 2 pick, Ellington's out, was out at the time, but he hasn't gotten his spot back, and really my number 1 pick, Antonio Brown, isn't doing anything because the rapist is still not playing well or out or whatever.
Yeah, and I think really, I mean, if you look at...
But Todd Gurley had like 30-plus points,
yeah,
so
he won
that was a good pick up for me. Even though I knew he was hurt, he's going to be a workhorse. He's been putting in a lot of points,
but I think
double
you got
digits.
a little bit lucky because Brian had to start Cam Newton over Andy Dalton. I think he normally starts Andy Dalton, and he was on bye.
Well,
so you called the right week.
That's fantasy, baby.
Yeah,
it's
fantasy. For sure.
So what about your league?
So in my league, it's similar to your guys' league. I think we do have one. Hang on, let me get it pulled up real quick. We do have. I think we have somebody that has 6 wins in our league. I thought. All right, for the standings.
And hang on, guys. So you don't want to miss a special guest.
So we got two teams at 6-1. Mike Pendergraft and Steve Smith are at the top. So they're the.
Oh yeah, we had the game of the week was Steve Smith and Ryan. We talked about last week. That was going to be the big matchup this week. So what happened in that week? Who won that game? Steve or Ryan?
That one was actually Steve beat Ryan. So the Sith Lord beat Ryan. It was 123-112.
And how many points did Ryan have on the bench?
Ryan had 16, 20, 21, 23. He had 60.
He had like 70 points on the bench.
Yeah.
Must not have studied as hard this week.
Well, I think the biggest thing that killed him, both of them, he got 5 points from Colin Kaepernick and had Derek Carr on the bench at 23.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's painful. Painful.
And then Steve had Eli Manning, and he could have played, he didn't play Danny Woodhead, who had 33 points, and he had Ryan Fitzpatrick on the bench, too. But he pulled out the win.
Who's our guest this week?
So our guest this week is none other than Big Joe Delafano.
Oh, it's Mr. Joe Delafano. How you doing, Joe?
I always lose. I can never win. Everybody scores most points against me. Romo sucks.
So since you've been crying like a little baby every week and writing your little week emails, so what you got this week? What you got, little crybaby? Huh? You want to stab yourself in the head, zombie style, this week?
So
Joe, how'd you do this week? Did you win?
No. Joe did not win this week. Let's see. Joe had. How many points did you get this week, Joe?
I don't know. I'm too busy watching The View.
Joe had 90 points and lost to Nate Mariner.
90 points and lost to Nate.
Yeah, and he had most of his right players in. He just
Joe, did you actually manage your team this week, or were you watching The View? I watched The View. I watched The View. I wanted to see. I wanted to be like The View. So now you finally get to be on The View with us. What do you got to say now, huh?
Let's see who Joe's gonna be playing this week.
Got
Joe, do you have
nice
any advice?
outfit there.
What are you gonna do for this week, Joe? Joe, you're playing this week. Who you got? Oh, Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy?
I don't know. That's gonna be close. Right now, Joe's projected to get 119. Charlie Murphy 102. So we'll see if you can blow that or not.
Well, Joe, maybe if you grow up next week, you could join us live and we'll see what you really got. And then you can be on The View, the real View, with the Fantasy Football League.
Yeah, Charlie, and if you're watching, take Joseph Randall out because he's not going to play. And put him at 14, you might beat Joe.
Yeah.
Sorry,
and
Joe.
then we'll get to
sorry.
hear Joe cry one more time.
And he can change his team name to something totally different.
Yeah, like I'm a baby. I'm a baby. So, Joe, I'm expecting War and Peace this week in the email. I'm sure you'll have some little snarky thing that really won't be good enough because it hasn't been yet. So, whatever you got, just bring it. And we'll hear from you, I'm sure, tomorrow or the next day or whenever you get a break from watching The View. So, whenever you get a break from watching The View, make sure you update your team. And maybe, just maybe, I'll get to see you in the playoffs, in the championship game. But
Let's go, Charlie Murphy.
I doubt it.
Go, Charlie Murphy.
Okay, let's put the baby to sleep. Night, night, baby. Night, night. Anything
right.
else?
Week 8's coming.
All right,
We
bring
got
it.
6 weeks left.
Gotta bring it. It's playoff time.
That's right.
Just got
Playoffs.
Just got real.
Just got real.